are you, Zosma? It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Nick. I'm doing well. It's crazy busy over here
Yeah.
in Oklahoma, but yeah, I was looking forward so much to spending some time with you again with
Yeah.
the first ever rolling Christmas quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
was
should be fun.
Yeah, I was looking through all the books to get quizzes, and it was pretty easy to find Christmas questions from the Harry Potter books. But
Yeah.
go, going through the strike books, I realized that several of the strike books don't have Christmas in them.
Yeah. I drew a blank on Cuckoo's Calling.
Me too. Yeah, and also on Career Evil and Lethal White. So I just got kind of regular quiz questions or like somewhat festive
Okay.
quiz
Yeah.
quiz quiz question from there, but it's an imperfect quiz. We don't have to do
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
but the Christmas pig, for some reason it was very easy to find Christmas related questions in there.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Weird.
know what it is about that book, but it all just came so easily to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, so I thought we would start with the Harry Potter books. With
Fine.
yeah, with yeah, the first ever Rowling book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, not Sorcerer's Stone.
I answer to both. I realize it's an international phenomenon.
Yeah, but it does. I mean, Philosopher's Stone just sounds better. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Mm. Whoa. All right. My question from uh
Okay.
the Philosopher's Stone for you is: can you name two of the six presents Harry gets for his first ever Christmas at Hogwarts?
Okay. Yes, I think so. So I think from the Dursleys, he gets a 50 pence piece, which actually is one of his better presents from the Dursleys. And from Hagrid, he gets a hand carved flute that sounds like an owl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you passed. Yeah. I was actually expecting you to go for the big one, like the invisibility cloak, but you went for the lesser known ones.
I
Nice.
well, I'm a bit nervous. I'm not quite sure how strict you were going to be. I thought maybe the invisibility cloak is not so much a Christmas gift; it's more a return of his property because it was his father's.
I mean, I wasn't gonna be that mean. I was I was gonna give you the because it is technically like, yeah, it's a return, but it's on Christmas, so it's
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I'm encouraged. I mean, because I know you know these books really well. I'm
yeah.
encouraged you're not going to be mean. Okay,
No, I
so
don't. I really don't want to be. It's Christmas, Nick. I'm trying to be nice.
okay, so we get the first description of the Great Hall at Christmas, and it's the first time the decorations are described. But can you remember how many Christmas trees? And it's the same number every time it's described in each book. How many Christmas trees there are in the Great Hall?
12.
Correct. Yes.
I got it. Oh man, my heart was beating. I was like, am I gonna fail the first quiz? No, I can't. I can't possibly fail. Yeah, well, I actually just re-listened to Philosopher's Stone because of the full cast narration. So yeah,
Yeah. So
that.
same here. So I've just listened. Well, I just maybe a month ago listened to the full cast,
Mhm.
but that's now for I'm one read ahead of the rest of the series on Philosopher's Stone, and this will be my fourth time through. I've read it once in print, twice audiobook narration, and now the full cast. So I'm on number four.
Mhm.
So that's probably the book. It's also the shortest book. So it's probably the Harry Potter book I know best.
Man, I should have given you a harder question. Man. Yeah. We'll do that next year. Okay. Harry Potter and the oh, speaking of the full cast of the full cast.
Yeah,
Well, I know we're going to talk about it later, but what did you think of it? Like,
I absolutely blown away.
yeah.
I didn't have high hopes for it, but yeah, absolutely fell in love with it. I just I just hope they can carry that quality through onto the rest of the books.
Yeah, I was kind of pleasantly surprised to hear some of the voices from Christmas Pig uh,
Yeah.
brought over into the and did they get the actor of Hagrid from the movies to do to do Hagrid? Because I thought I recognized the voice.
No, I believe it was a different actor.
Mm. But yeah,
But
but he was one of my favorite parts of the full cast because he did a really good job for Hagrid.
I agree. He's got that sort of gentle West Country of England accent. Really, really very good.
Yeah, and his voice does sound gigantic.
Yeah.
Well, on to Chamber of Secrets.
Okay.
Let's see. Uh, Over the Christmas holidays in
Yes.
Harry's second year,
Yeah.
which three Slytherins did Harry, Ron, and Hermione attempt to impersonate with Polyjuice Potion to get into
Okay.
the Slytherin common room?
So Crab and Goyle, they
Mhm.
managed a successful potion. And Hermione, although she turned into a cat, it was Millicent Bulstrode.
Yes, correct. You got
I
it.
always get that name confused with Romilda Vane. No, Millicent Bulstrode. Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. Big
Yeah,
difference. One's this gigantic hulking bully, and one
that's right.
just desperate to get with.
But she's a cat lover, so she can't be all bad.
I mean, depends if you like cats or not. Now,
That's true.
if you don't like cats, it's just one more thing against her. Like, oh gosh, she also likes cats, and she no wonder she's in Slytherin. Yeah.
Okay. Unlike in Philosopher's Stone, when we have all of the Hogwarts Weasleys there over Christmas, we've only got Fred, George, and Ginny. Why are the rest of the Weasleys not at Hogwarts for Christmas?
Ooh, not horse for Christmas. Okay. Are they, wait, are they, where, where are they? Are they visiting Charlie in Romania?
Oh, so close. So that was in Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
They were visiting, the parents were visiting Charlie in Romania. In Chamber of Secrets, they were visiting Bill in Egypt.
Oh, oh, off by one brother. Oh man. Oh yeah. I thought. Oh, so they visit Bill in Egypt in Chamber, and they also visit him uh in Prisoner over the like over the summer
Over
holiday,
the summer.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, I'm you are currently winning, Nick.
Oh, now
I
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some points back with my favorite Harry Potter book with
Okay.
with Prisoner of Azkaban. Let me
Okay.
see. What did I get there? Oh yeah, okay. During the Christmas Hogsmeade weekend in
Yes.
Prisoner, Harry uses a secret tunnel to sneak into Hogsmeade, but he comes up through the basement of which shop?
Okay. So it's the sweet shop. Now, is it Honeydukes? or is that in? I'm going to say Honeydukes because I can't think of
Correct.
another name. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, Honeyduke's Sweet Shop. You got it. Yeah, and
uh,
I think that's the visit where Harry throws uh like pelts Malfoy and Crabbe and Goyle with mud uh, by the Shrieking Shack, or is that a different
no, snowballs.
Snowballs? Oh, okay.
Yeah, snowballs, I think.
Hmm.
Okay. So, Christmas dinner in the Great Hall. It's traditionally decorated. There are the 12 uh, Christmas trees. And Dumbledore shouts crackers. He doesn't mean that everyone's balmy. He means Christmas.
I have one.
So this is a traditional British Muggle Christmas cracker.
Uh-huh.
Uh, he offered the end of a large silver one to Snape. So the tradition is two people pull uh, either side and they tug, and then there's a bang like a gunshot. Not so much of a gunshot on a Muggle one,
Uh-huh.
although I can smell a little bit of gunpowder. And traditionally, inside one of these, there will be a hat. Muggle ones, they're always paper hats so that they will fit inside. Crown. Can you remember what hat Snape and Dumbledore pulled out of the Christmas cracker?
Yes. Yeah, it was a large hat with a giant stuffed vulture on the top.
Yes,
On the top.
just like we saw in the defense against the Dark Arts. Well remembered.
Yeah. 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 And and doesn't Snape offer it to Dumbledore, and Dumbledore immediately swaps it for his wizard's hat. And so he
Yes.
and so he's wearing this giant stuffed vulture for the entire Christmas dinner. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that Christmas dinner, yeah,
Yeah.
do you remember when Professor Trelawney comes in and she's terrified because
The 13th.
if she adds herself, then there's 13, and she says, remember that if 13 sit down to dine, then the first to rise is the first to die. I heard a fantastic little Harry Potter theory, or it wasn't really a theory, it was just a fact, but um, because Peter Pettigrew is inside Ron's pocket, they're already 13 uh, at that thing, and and Dumbledore stands up to say hello to welcome Professor Trelawney, and Dumbledore is the next to die. So that actually works. Like,
I think Rowling loves doing that.
yeah,
Always making fun of these predictions, but they always somehow or other always work out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That one kind of blew me away. Oh, speaking of Dumbledore, in the next book, Goblet of Fire,
Yeah.
the big event over Christmas at Hogwarts is the Yule Ball, the the
Yes.
the traditional Triwizard thing, and Dumbledore, he mentions the Room of Requirement to Harry by inference because he's talking about discovering this strange room that he's
Yes.
been before. Um, but what did the Room of Requirement fill itself with for Dumbledore?
So it's always filled with what you need, hence the room of requirements. And what he really needed right then was a chamber pot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. And I can't, I'm trying to imagine like an entire room filled with apparently beautiful chamber pots.
Yeah.
And Dumbledore was wondering like it. is it only accessible at the full moon or when you have a very, very full bladder? And he was right. It is at least for him, it was only accessible because he needed to pee so badly that there's an entire room filled with a chamber pot. Man. Um,
Wonderful. Okay, so Mrs. Weasley always gives Harry uh, a Christmas jumper,
mhm.
and usually they're sort of different colors. Can you remember what Mrs. Weasley gives Harry in the Goblet of Fire?
For Christmas, let me see. Doesn't um I th I think she does give him a sweater, but she also gives him a an egg filled with candy. But she gives him a Weasley sweater with a Hungarian horntail on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's a sweater with a Hungarian horntail, and I won't penalise you. It wasn't an egg filled with sweets. She gives him a large quantity of homemade mince pies, which
Oh.
again is a traditional British Christmas food, and they're called minced pies because they used to contain minced meat,
Uh,
spiced and sweetened minced meat. We don't do that anymore. They're filled with raisins and currants and things like that, and they are delicious.
oh, they're
Excuse me.
tiny. They're tiny. Yeah,
Mm.
I when I thought of a minced pie, I thought that Mrs. Weasley sent him like a stack of like gigantic pies. Seems like something she would do, but that actually reminds me of a of a uh, of a Thanksgiving tradition my family has where well it's we make them at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we make like uh 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 full-sized mince pies, but we grew up almost never eating meat, so instead of with meat, we it was basically an apple pie with raisins and
Okay.
but we we always called it mince no meat pies. Growing up, I always misheard it as mince snow meat pies. Like, and I always loved the sound of it, like minced meat pie. But I was like, why
Yeah.
are we calling it snow meat? There's no snow in this thing. It's not white ever. And I think it took me a good 12 years to figure out it was no meat. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
I should have figured that out years ago. But I mean, I just really like the name.
Yeah. Well, it confuses a lot of foreign people in Britain. If you buy in a grocery shop in a jar minced meat, it will be this fruit filling. There'll be no meat in there. It's only historically would there be meat in it. If you go into a butcher shop and you buy minced meat, you will get minced meat.
Uh-huh.
It's called the same thing, but completely different.
Yeah, that's way too confusing, Nick. Mince pies. Hmm. Okay. Well, speaking of being minced,
Yeah,
on in Harry Potter book 5, Order of the Phoenix,
yeah,
uh, they have a bit of a difficult Christmas because it's spent mostly at St. Mungo's Hospital for magical
yeah.
maladies and injuries. And but during that, but during their Christmas visit to Mr. Weasley, what insane Muggle remedy does Mrs. Weasley discover Mr. Weasley has tried to use to heal his injury?
One of the great comic scenes in the books is Molly Weasley shouting at Arthur and the kids hearing, trying to ignore, but hearing Molly shouting at Arthur, "What do you mean? That's the general idea."
Yeah.
So they've tried out Stitches.
Yeah, stitches. It's like it sounds like you've been trying to sew yourself back together. Even you, Arthur, wouldn't be that stupid. And then what do you mean? That's the general idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a topsy turvy Christmas. So the Harry and the Weasleys uh, and Hermione go in to visit Arthur, um, and but before they go, Sirius is in a cheerful Christmassy mood, which again is unusual.
Yeah.
So it's described. Everybody else spent the following morning putting up Christmas decorations. Harry could not remember Sirius ever being in such a good mood. He was actually singing carols, and we hear just a few bars of him singing a carol. Can you remember what it was?
I can. And well, I've listened to the Jim Dale version so often that that plays on repeat. And it's a God rest ye merry hippogriffs. Yeah. And I want to hear the rest of the Harry Potter version of God rest ye merry gentlemen,
Gentlemen,
where
yes.
it's is it all about hippogriffs, or is it every other creature, like do thestrals get a mention? Do we get giants? Do we get centaurs, acromantulas? Like what is it?
I
What's
think,
the
I
song?
think, I think we need to know, and I think Rowling needs to tell us. It would be a lovely Christmas gift for the fans if she could write out the rest of that.
Yeah, well, all of the songs she has in the books are so good with the Sorting Hats song
Yeah,
and
yeah.
with and with the Hogwarts school song, which ah yeah, everything about that. Oh, actually, speaking of Christmas songs in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, at the
Yes.
at the um at the at the Christmas when Harry's spending time at Christmas with the Weasleys over the wizard radio, you can hear
Yes.
Molly's favorite singer uh, uh, crooning crooning Christmas songs. Can you tell me the name of her favorite of her of the wizard or the witch who is singing, who is Molly's favorite, and can you name one of the two
Oh,
songs that she sings?
okay. I've just dredged up Celestina Warbeck.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, and I'm sure I've got this wrong, but was it something like I've got a cauldron of hot, strong love or something like that?
I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a cauldron full of hot, strong love.
Yeah.
And yet the only lyrics we get are, "Oh, come and stir my cauldron, and if you do it right, I'll boil you up some hot, strong love to keep you warm tonight."
Well, we do know Rowling has written the whole lyrics to that song
Really?
because it is performed at the Harry Potter um, Universal attraction.
Uh,
Uh, and they actually asked J.K. Rowling to finish the lyrics to the song so they could set it to music and have one of the acts sing it.
wow. That's yeah. And what about the other Warbeck song we hear, which is "You've charmed the heart right out of me."
I'm not. I'm sure. I'm sure the act sings more than one song, so maybe she wrote out both of them.
Great. Well, I gotta hear those songs.
Yeah. I'm sure YouTube. I'm sure there'll be a recording there somewhere. Okay. Right. It's almost a repeat of a previous question, but we're on to Weasley sweaters. But you can't have Christmas without Weasley sweaters. So everybody is wearing new sweaters when they sit down for Christmas lunch, except one person who's not wearing a Weasley sweater.
Ah, Molly's arch nemesis, Phlegm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He said, yeah, like except Fleur, upon whom Mrs. Weasley didn't seem to want to bother, or
Didn't want to waste one.
yeah,
Yeah.
didn't
I
want to.
think to be fair, Fleur probably would not have wanted to wear one either.
Yeah, she hated Celestina Warbeck, so she probably would have hated a uh, a Weasley sweater, though it that was one of the only like pleasant things about the ending
Yes.
to uh Half-Blood Prince was the the coming together of the Weasley women.
Yeah, they show their true character, I think, and under harsh circumstances, that tends to be when you do show your character.
Yeah, and Fleur's like, what do I care what he looks like? I am good looking enough for both of us, I think. Yeah, yeah, that kind of cemented because you weren't ever really sure about Fleur because is she good?
Yeah,
Is she like a total narcissist? Like, what is her deal? But then, yeah, she shows herself to be like an incredibly um yeah, her heart's in the right place.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Hmm. Well, on to the final Christmas
Yeah.
in the Harry Potter books. Can you tell me, where do Harry and Hermione go on Christmas Eve, and who do they meet?
So they go to Godric's Hollow, and the person or they don't actually meet a person. They meet Voldemort's pet snake.
Mm.
And do you know this is crazy? I can't remember the name of the snake. Oh, silly! It, it's gone. I can't remember.
Oh, come on, Nick. You can do it. This is for the perfect score. You're gonna get all seven.
Oh, this is silly. Beatrice Groves wrote a wonderful article because, of course, we get more of the backstory in the Fantastic Beasts films, and it's a Sanskrit name. Uh, no, I'm going to have to admit defeat.
Oh, I'll give you one hint. It starts with an N.
Nagini.
Aha! Yeah, perfect score. 7 out of 7.
Oh, you're very kind, Zosima.
Yeah.
I don't deserve that.
I mean, you still thought of the name. Like you
Yeah.
were you I didn't give you a hint like it rhymes with Shmashini. Like that would have been cheating. But I think we can go with, yeah.
Okay. Um, you're right. We're in Godric's Hollow, and before they find Nagini, we get lots of um, Christmas scenes. We hear the church bells chiming in Christmas morning. Uh, we see Christmas trees, Christmas decorations, but it's the middle of winter, so everything in the graveyard is dead. And Harry regrets the fact that he didn't bring flowers to put on his parents' grave. So Hermione waves her wand and magics up what?
Hmm. Let's see, what does she put on the grave? Oh, I'm not sure if I remember. I think it's a,
It's a
oh, it's,
it's a
it,
seasonal flower.
oh, seasonal flower. Oh, yeah. I thought it was going to be a Christmas wreath, but,
I
okay.
I'm going to give you that.
Yeah.
They're Christmas roses. It's a wreath of Christmas roses.
Oh, Christmas roses. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, Christmas roses. Do you remember what is on um which two quotations are on the Dumbledore graves and on the Potter graves?
So uh, there's the verse from the Gospel of Matthew. The last victory shall be against death.
Yeah, the last enemy that shall be destroyed
Right.
is death. Yeah,
Yes,
I think that's the one on the Potter graves.
on the Potter graves,
But
on the
and
Dumbledore.
and on Kendra Dumbledore's and Ariana Dumbledore's grave is probably my favorite quotation ever put into the books, um, which is for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Yeah,
And that always, yeah, uh, yeah, because so like I associate that quotation now far more with Harry Potter than with
mm.
the gospel because like I uh, it was yeah it was such like a perfect line for um the the tragically dead
Yeah,
mother and daughter and
yeah.
yeah
But that whole scene is just utterly beautiful.
yeah
Just magnificent writing.
yeah it's yeah that yeah the like Harry's return to Godric's Hollow it has everything in it where it because like it's them at one of their lowest points because Ron's gone. They're being pursued by everyone, and they're just battered down. Uh, and but they're still together, and yeah, it's this it just plays into the theme of like defiance that is over the
Yeah,
entire book where like they're losing the entire book like
yeah.
it takes until like the last what 20 pages for them
I
to
can.
for them
I.
to win.
I mean, obviously, I first read this book into middle age, but I can only imagine the the emotions going through a child reading that book for the first time, having gone on this 7 book journey,
Yeah,
and you know, it has been. Events have proven that it's life defining for so many people. That series.
yeah, yeah, like Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite for many reasons, but book seven is the best. Like I can't, yeah, I won't deny that it is the best of the seven.
Yes,
Yeah, like,
I I agree. It's a monumental achievement. Uh,
yeah,
I mean, the first time through, um, I just loved it thematically. You know, it's a road trip and a battle. You know, what's more exciting than that? But then the more you read it and the more you get into it, the more layers you get to, and just the emotional depth of it.
mhm.
Amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, that scene where Harry he jumps into the icy pool to get the sword and the locket tries to kill him, and then Ron returns and
Yeah.
um, yeah, the first thing he says to Harry after he saves his life is, "Are you mental?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
why the hell did you
But pitch perfect. That raw emotion followed by comedy, and then we get the dynamics of Ron and Hermione. Now that Ron's come back is
yeah
just
yeah
beautiful.
yeah I think the first words she says to him as she's punching him is "You total arse, Ronald Weasley." Yeah, yeah. I mean, he kind of deserved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like book seven is the because like in all the previous because it's the only book that doesn't take place at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So it's the same school year basically, but just wild and crazy out in the wild. And like Braun and like it's everything turned up to 11, where in all the previous books, Ron and Hermione usually have at least one falling out, sometimes a big one where they don't talk to each other for
Yeah.
months. Uh, like in the first one, both Harry and Ron kind of hated Hermione for the first like month,
Yeah.
and in Prisoner, Ron was furious at her for killing Scabbers with with her cat, but in Harry Potter 7, it's the team just breaks up, and
Yeah.
it's more between Harry and Ron than Ron and Hermione, because you would expect it to be between Ron and Hermione because they're always
Yeah.
just bouncing off each other. But I th I think it was so much more momentous because Harry and Ron only ever had one like big breakup in the middle,
Yeah.
and even then they were still sleeping in the same dormitory. So like, it was more awkward than horrible, but this one is where like yeah, just like you like when I read it for the first time, I was like, this feels like they're never going to see each other again.
Yeah.
Ever. Like they've said things that are very hard to walk back, but that made that scene after Ron finally destroys the locket, and Harry kind of puts paid to the people who always wanted him to end up with Hermione, where he says, I love her like a sister, and I
Yeah.
think that's how she feels about me." And it's like, well, guys, it's down in print. It is down in print that it is it is a fraternal love, not
Yes.
between them. And then I think for the first time ever, Ron and Harry hug, because like
Yeah.
they're not really touchy feely,
Yeah.
but yeah, they hug while while they're half dead of frostbite. And yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah. Well, I could talk about Deathly Hallows forever, but those are all the quizzes from Deathly Hallows, right? And
That's
from
it.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So we got to move on
Okay.
to Cormoran Strike. And yeah,
Okay.
as I said, some of these are just quizzes
Yeah.
from the Strike because not all of them even have Christmas in them. So
Yes.
my question from Cuckoo's Calling is
Yeah.
kind of Christmas adjacent because it has to do with the present. So
Okay.
in Cuckoo's Calling, what is the first gift Strike ever gives Robin?
Okay. So, do they have a birthday? I don't think they have a birthday. In which case, the first gift would be the leaving present. It's supposed to be a leaving present, and it will be that very expensive designer green dress.
Yep, you got it.
Ah,
Yeah, the how did he just he- uh, Rowling described it as like like reptilian, right? Like it was, but like when she opened it, it like slithers onto her.
oh
All,
yes,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
You can imagine all these yards of silk.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so my question also, I couldn't find a Christmas question in Cuckoo's Calling, but that first day at the office, Strike, understandably perhaps, is not at his best. And you would think he was trying to get rid of Robin as quickly as possible. Not that he could remember what her name was. So, what did he call Robin when he asked her to get coffees, even knowing they didn't have any coffee, or cups, or saucers, or a kettle?
Yeah, I think he said black coffee, please, Sandra. Two sugars,
That's it.
and she just stares at him and then turns around, like walks out, and then comes back with coffee
Yeah,
and biscuits. And like, whoa, man, yeah, yeah. She is the girl for the job.
absolutely. Yeah, I think her fate was sealed at that moment.
And then she brings it back when she's trying on that dress for the first time, and she comes out and tells Strike Sander would love this, and
That's
and and he's desperately trying not to laugh because that came out of nowhere, and he yeah.
yeah, wonderful.
Hmm. Oh, on to well, I think until Troubled Blood, the Silkworm was my favorite.
Yeah, you
Uh,
could tell Rowling really enjoyed writing this. This was her. It's her world, really. She was
yeah.
writing about.
Yeah, and she was able to just like just poke fun at editors and publishers,
Yeah,
especially writers like Michael Fancourt, where
yeah.
uh, like just those utter narcissists. Uh, but speaking of writers, let me see. What company's Christmas party does Strike take Nina Lascelles to, trying
Okay.
to find the missing Owen Quine?
Okay. So Nina Lascelles, who reappears briefly in the most recent Robert Galbraith book, works for Roper Chard. So I think it was the Roper Chard Christmas party.
Yes, it was. I was I I was going to ask um what was the name of the editor that Strike meets at the Roper Chard party, but I couldn't remember. I his first name. It's Jerry, but
Waldegrave.
Waldegrave. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, this would be a great question if I remembered it, but no, it's just not.
Okay, so we've come down in the world a little bit from the 12 Christmas trees in the Great Hall, decorated with icicles and spinning baubles and holly and mistletoe. Can you remember how Robin decorates the Strike Denmark Street office?
Yeah, when Strike comes in, and I think he just says why,
Yes.
and she's like Christmas, and it's a little fake tree on the desk that she decorates with baubles.
Yes. Yeah, little LED Christmas tree with baubles.
Mhm.
Well done.
Yeah. Oh, the answer was right behind you. I should have just.
That's right.
Are there other Easter eggs? Sorry, Christmas eggs behind you about the answers? Like,
Let me see. I've got uh I've got the collected teachings of the Universal Humanitarian Church back there, if that might come up a little bit later.
Man, I didn't know. I didn't have you pegged for a follower of Jonathan Wace, but he is.
Yes. No, I'm clearly not.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, well, but um, what was it that Wace asked everyone to say? I accept the possibility.
I admit, I
Admit.
admit, I admit the
I admit the
possibility.
possibility. So, I mean, I admit the possibility that you're a secret cultist. I don't. But I don't know about. I doubt it, but it's possible. Oh, skimming through Career of Evil, I
Yes,
didn't find m many festive questions
I,
or
I, I,
I,
I bet we found the same question.
um, I honestly. Mm, maybe, but I doubt it because I just didn't want to have any questions to do with the like I could have done a question about the royal wedding,
Yeah.
which was kind of festive, but I just decided to go all the way to the end where things
Okay.
things have gone a little less serial killery, if that's
Okay.
if that's a word. So, um which town does Strike have Shanker drive him to gate crash Robin's wedding?
That's Robinstown,
Uh-huh.
which is spelt Masham, but is pronounced Massam.
Masham. Correct. Masham.
Okay, I have a Christmas question.
Oh, really?
Yes, from the festive book that we all
Oh,
know and love, Career of
oh,
Evil.
festive. Father Christmas's favorite book. We're
So, uh, two twins were born on Christmas Day who appear in the novel. What were their names?
two twins. Ooh. Two twins Christmas Day. Um, hmm. See, two twins. So it's not um it's not Anstis. It's is it
One of them's a suspect.
suspect? Oh. Oh wait, yeah. Oh yeah. I would have not thought of it without your hint, but yeah, it's the let me see. It's not Donnie Lang. It's the pedophile. Um, is it
He's got a very Christmas name.
yeah, Noel Brockbank
Yes, Noel
and
Brockbank.
and his sister. Ooh, what's
Another festive name.
another Holly?
Yes.
Oh, Noel and Holly Brockbank. Yeah, those. That part. Woo. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. I definitely need that hint because I think I've kind of blocked out a lot of that book as
Yeah.
as like a PTSD thing. It's like I don't really want to think about this thing, but yeah, I'm surprised I remember Brockbank's name, but I guess like um I've got stuff like from that book seared into my
Yeah.
brain. I can't I can't get rid of it. Like, yeah. Hmm. And now on to what's probably my least favorite Strike book, Lethal White.
Really?
Well, I don't really have a like I like them all, but
Yeah.
well, actually, Career of Evil is probably my yeah, Career of Evil is my least favorite because weirdly in enough, um, I wasn't absolutely turned off by all the murder because it was gripping, but it
Yeah.
was horrible and gripping. But the book just dragged for me. Like it felt too long. Like it just because it had gone from Cuckoo and Silkworm, which take place over like a month. And in
Yeah.
Prince Calling, it takes place over like what, 2 weeks? It's
Yeah.
it's very short. And Career of Evil was the first one which took like I think 6 months or
Yeah.
4 months. And but it didn't feel like it needed to take that long. It just it just felt like it just yeah, it just dragged for me. So
Yes.
yeah, Cr- um Career of Evil is definitely my least favorite, but Lethal White I didn't particularly enjoy, but my question from that is um which animals bookend this book that play a um are mentioned in the like the first page of the book and the last line of the book are both about these animals.
Okay. So the obvious answer would be white horses because white horses are all the way through Lethal White.
Mm.
But I remember the last scene, and it was two swans on a building.
Mm.
So I'm going to say it's got. Of course it is. Of course it is the wedding photograph.
Mhm.
Yes. So two white swans.
Yep, you got it. It's swans. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna have a question about the white horse of Uffington, but I was like, yeah, let's let's do something like I feel like swans are more Christmassy than
Yeah.
horses.
So I got to admit to for a long time, uh, Lethal White was one of my favorite books, largely because not for literary reasons, but I studied for my degree literally within walking distance of the White Horse of Uffington. So I knew the local area really, really well, and that just resonated with me when I was reading about it. Um, okay, so uh, the caretaker who worked at the Chisel estate was known by what nickname, which is an old folk name for the devil.
The Gallows Man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the guy who built the gallows. So what was his nickname?
Hmm. Let me see. So he was the dad of the Knight brothers, right?
That's right.
So let's see. Hmm. You know, a another name for the devil, and it's yeah. I thought he was called the Gallows Man. Um, well, he was, but I guess that wasn't his nickname.
No.
Hmm. I'm drawing a blank on this.
This is quite a tough question, actually. I was going to ask you where was the White Horse, but you've already said White Horse of Uffington. So they called him Jack of Kent.
Jack Kent. That's uh, that's another name for the devil. Jack Kent.
Yes, yeah, it's an old folk name for the devil. Weirdly, not in Wiltshire, which is where the White Horse of Uffington is. It's more in the southeast of England.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I would have never gotten that one. Yeah, um I was going to um give you a horribly difficult one, which was what was the name of the yappy little dog uh
Ah,
that that belongs to Kinvara
so they have two dogs. So they have Badger
uh,
and they have Rattenbury.
oh
And
so
the little yappy one was Rattenbury.
Attenbury, yeah. Yeah, so well, I'm glad I didn't ask you that one because you would have gotten that one too. And I forgot about Badger.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you would have
Well,
gotten a-
Rattenbury, I remember because um, Louise Freeman discovered that the name Rattenbury was of a famous 19th century court case concerning a murder with lots and lots of parallels to the plot in Lethal White.
Wow. Well, the name Rattenbury just makes me think of Austin. Like it just sounds
Yes.
like an awesome name. And I've been actually since we've last talked, I I actually got through Emma,
Uh-huh.
and also Persuasion, which Persuasion is now my favorite Austen book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's got lots of depth to it, Persuasion,
yeah,
because there are periods through it you don't really like anyone.
yeah. Except for Anne, like I never disliked Anne. Like
No.
she was always. I think well, definitely the reason I now like the book, like Persuasion more than even Pride and Prejudice is or Emma is because I fell in love with Anne Elliot and her estranged lover, Captain Wentworth. Uh,
Yeah.
is like like, they had to me what was the most interesting love story where they fell in love like 8 years
Yes.
ago, and then they were sabotaged and taken apart, and they come back together, and they both have no idea what the other's feelings are, and they both assume that they've cooled, and yeah, it was
So
I
sometimes I think Anne is going to be too meek. I
yeah.
mean, a little bit like Fanny Price in Mansfield Hall. I
Mhm.
think Fanny Price I find too meek. I can't warm to her. I just think get a backbone. Come on now,
Yeah,
get a
come
back.
on, come on.
And Anne threatens that, but I don't think she ever really crosses that line. She's humble, but she's never too meek.
Yeah, she's able to actually eventually, well, in that last scene where she's talking to um a friend of Captain Wentworth while Wentworth is in within hearing distance writing a letter, like she basically confesses her love like obliquely to another person in his hearing, which is the Austen version of "I love you, I love you, I love you."
For British people, that's very bold.
That's oh my gosh, you said what you thought near to him.
I
That
know.
is monumental. Yeah, yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah. And I really liked Emma, but I had a hard time with Emma because um, Emma's father, Mr. Woodhouse, is now one
Yes.
of my least favorite literary characters because I just can't stand the
Yeah.
the high class narcissism. But like I was like, oh, I cannot stand you, and that's what and like and it didn't make me like the book less because that was exactly what Austin was
Yes.
wanting. But I was like, oh, geez, this guy, come on. I mean, ugh.
But she it was quite a brave book for the period as well because it's very easy to hate Emma at many parts. She's a bully, she's an unpleasant, controlling, manipulative bully, and it could that could have backfired if it wasn't for the fact that she recognizes her own faults.
Yeah,
And for me, that's because we're none of us perfect. We all of us have flaws, and so showing those flaws, as long as the character has the opportunity to pause and reflect, even when you have your love interest sitting on your shoulder telling you exactly what you've done wrong, but as long as you can take that on board, and reflect on your flaws, I actually find that more endearing than not.
yeah. Like when you actually have a have a like a good character change where they
Yeah.
understand what they've done wrong, and like. actually try to work to become better because there's nothing as boring as a perfect
No,
protagonist.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
What's the point of the story then? Like,
Yeah, and again, that's a little bit of what I've got against Fanny Price, who is supposed to be this meek, humble, perfect, virginal young girl, and I just find her so flat, and I just think,
yeah.
why don't you hit? Why don't you throw things?
Yeah. Did you please punch Mrs. Norris in the
Yeah,
face? I mean, yeah, I'm actually listening to Mansfield Park right now,
yeah,
and the only thing I'm really finding interesting is Mrs. Norris
yeah,
because she's so horrible,
yes,
but she's really fun to uh
yeah, yeah. She is, and Austin came up with the perfect torment for her as well. The so how she finishes the book is so thoroughly well deserved.
oh man, well I can't wait to see what that is.
Yeah,
But let me see. We're on to possibly the best strike novel, Troubled Blood, because
many
like
fans' favorites. Yeah,
yeah, um, and it includes one of my least favorite characters, Saul Morris, who is a great secondary antagonist,
yes,
and he kind of he makes a perfect ending to one of the best scenes where Strike has just accidentally elbowed Robin in the face,
yeah,
and they kind of half confess their feelings to each other over a cold curry, and then Morris like grabs Robin from behind, and she like stabs his foot and breaks his nose, and it's like that was yeah that was cathartic. It was like that was
yes.
so
And
good.
and also rose to one of my favorite lines in the whole series as well is when Barclay interrupts them
Uh,
later on. And Strike says, "What do you say? First one to break Barclay's nose wins the night."
yeah, he like claps his hands and says to all.
Yeah,
What say first to break Barkley's nose wins the night, and then Barkley tells him about the um ab- of about what was it uh, Shifty's boss, and they find out that he's in nappies, uh, and in the it's probably the one of the funniest scenes in the audio version because the stuff that Robert Glenister does to where like because the voice he does for Barkley is one of my favorite voices
yeah,
in the entire series, but he's like and they went into and they both uh and they both play around like it's a ner like it's a ner just start screaming with laughter at that insane concept of like a baby fetish.
yes, yeah, yeah. There is a philia name for it, nepophilia, something like that.
Yeah, that's one of the more odd filias.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, so my question from um, um, from Troubled Blood is what what wrapped present does Saul Morris give Robin for Christmas? I'm not going to say what present because
No,
he does send her another present.
yes,
But it wasn't in the post.
yes, yes, yeah. And it's not a present you would want
Yeah.
at any time of the year. Was it salted caramels?
Yeah, it was salted caramel chocolates.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I was going to ask you what strike got Robin for Christmas, but that, of course, would have been the same. Would have been the same answer.
Everyone loves chocolates.
Okay, so I'm going to ask. So there were some good presents given for Christmas. So can you remember what Robin bought Strike for Christmas?
Hmm. Let me see. I think it um was it a Tom Waits CD of No Calls After Midnight?
Perfect answer. 100%. Well done.
Yeah, because Robin was, well, she was upset because because he gave her a horrible present, but also she was thinking, I went to the pretty big trouble of finding, of like hearing that you like Tom Waits and that you
Yeah.
and that you hadn't ever heard this specific CD. I found that
It
CD.
was a hard to find DVD.
Yeah, if what did she like cruise through eBay for a couple months to try and find it? And he gives her and he gives her a cellophane wrapped box of caramels.
Yeah.
It's not good.
To be fair, he was coming down with flu. He wasn't yet poisoned, but he was coming down with flu.
Yeah, he had flu and then he was poisoned and then he watched a snuff film. Like he had a
Yeah.
bad Christmas. That was, yeah, that's probably one of the worst Christmases Strikes ever had. Because like can it get much worse than
Uh,
like he was alone. He had flu.
yeah.
Someone tried to kill him with was it dates?
I
The
didn't know. The no, no, no. Yeah, right at the end of the book, she's injecting dates, but he didn't take one of those. This was chocolates. I think he had two or three, but before that, he had out of date chicken. That combined with the flu
Yeah. And
meant
watching
he,
this, yeah, and
yeah,
watching a snuff film. Like,
yeah,
hmm. Ooh, um, well, now on to Ink Black Heart,
yeah,
which, well, like, yeah, I've told you it was a difficult book for me because because the villain is very similar to me. And it's like, this is a bad look. Like, I gotta reevaluate my life because this guy looks a lot like he's a cellist. He's white. He's in his mid-20s. But yeah. But uh, it was a pretty good book, and um, there wasn't really a Christmas part in this, but there were two New Year's
yeah.
uh, parts, and so which of Strike's many girlfriends does he meet at a New Year's Eve party?
So he meets uh, a future girlfriend,
Uh,
which is the jeweler, and her name is. She looks like a thinner version of Robin,
mhm.
friend of Charlotte's. I'm going to admit defeat on that one.
Well, her name, yeah, her name is also the name of a small orange, Madeline.
Madeline, of course.
Madeline Corson Mine.
Well done. Okay. Oh, should have remembered that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a Christmas question.
Great.
You're right. There aren't very many mentions of Christmas, but there are a couple. So we see a young girl walk in on Robin Strike and some interviewees during the middle of an interview. and she's wearing a Christmas pudding onesie with a sprig of holly on the hood. Can you remember the name of the girl?
Wait, she during an interview, this child
Walks in.
walks in. Okay, so this is Ink Black Heart. They're interviewing a sprig of holly. Who are they interviewing? Hmm. Oh, like okay, so who do they interview in this book? They interview the well, which families do they interview?
Well, she's home from school because she says she's sick.
Hmm. It's not. Wait, so hmm. Can I get a hint as to who they're interviewing?
Yes. So they're interviewing a husband and wife. The husband is really cross that the girl comes in because if she's ill, she's not supposed to be anywhere near him.
Oh, oh, it's the Upcots.
That's right.
So the girl who comes in must be Flavia.
Flavia Upcott,
Flavia.
100%.
Yeah, with the murderer downstairs playing the recording of his cello. I mean,
Yes. And no doubt listening in on his bugging device.
yeah, yeah, and one of the worst crimes that Gus Upcott does is in the end it shows that he's put a foot through his cello. He's
Mm.
kicked in his cello, and I was like, okay, now you're unforgivable. Like, well, who cares about all the horrible
Few,
murder? You
few
just
bodies here and there,
you
you know? Yeah.
destroyed you destroyed the greatest classical instrument ever. Yeah, you're going down forever. Yeah, Flavia Upcott, who now wants to become a private detective.
She does. Yeah. And I hope, I don't think we're going to see it in the next few books. I don't think there's enough time. But wouldn't that would make a lovely callback if she did some work experience in the office?
Yeah. Or someone could do like a fan fiction of
Yeah.
like 10 years later, Flavia Upcott is now one of the Strike and Ellicott subcontractors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The Running Grave, one of the best, in my opinion.
My favorite book so far, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was yeah, when I finished reading it, I was like, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. So, as it's your favorite, I'm gonna give you a hard one.
Okay.
So, um, name all of the UHC prophets.
All right. Okay. So there is the drowned prophet.
Mhm.
There is the did they call him the hanged prophet or was it the lost prophet?
They don't call him the hanged prophet or the lost prophet.
The missing prophet?
Close. He was taken.
Or
So
the taken prophet?
no, no. But it's a synonym for taken.
Uh, stolen.
Yep. Stolen prophet.
Stolen prophet. Okay. The healer prophet?
Yep. That's three.
The gift prophet? Gift? No, doesn't sound right.
It is a G, but it's not.
Giver.
No. But she gives a bunch of money to the um to
Yes.
the UA.
Generous.
No.
I think I'm gonna have to admit defeat.
All right, you got three out of the five.
Yeah.
It was the Golden Prophet.
Golden Prophet.
Golden Prophet and the Wounded Prophet.
The wounded and the wounded prophet was the ex-military Vietnam guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so drowned, golden, stolen, healer, and wounded prophet for like 100 for 100 bonus points. Um, if you actually gave me their names, that would that would be because
I think
I
I
think
think Zosima, I think your 100 points are perfectly safe.
yeah, they're
Uh,
perfectly always
but
say.
what?
I think I could give you one, which is Dayu Lace, and
Yes.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would have been really useful to me on that question is the answer to this next question. So when Strike messages the team that Robin is now out and safe from the cult, she's been rescued. The team all text back to Strike, and they essentially text back the same statement over and over again. So Strike says to Robin, why don't we give them what? Why don't we give them all what for Christmas?
Mm. It's either a dictionary or a thesaurus.
It was a thesaurus, and that would have been so useful to me.
Yeah, because yeah, because like all the texts are like different versions of thank fuck, right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
all down the line.
That's
Is
right. That's Midge, she said, and read the text aloud. Thank fuck for that. The phone buzzed a third time. Shah, thank fuck. What do you say we get them all a thesaurus for Christmas?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that scene, like the escape from the UHC compound, that's one of the reasons it was my favorite book. Is
Yeah,
like just like after
yeah.
all she's been through, and that like, uh yeah, just the uh, yeah, like it was like I was scared during that
Yeah.
scene, like 'cause, like how evil they are, and like if they catch her, what they're gonna do. Like yeah, it
You
was
can't you can't read it before bedtime.
uh-uh. Yeah,
Just too exciting.
yeah, and then that scene with when Strike he goes um to the the huge church service, and he
Yeah.
had that great interview with all the villains in the back. And but the end of that chapter is one of my favorite ends to any chapter, where he says, I'm going to tell the um I have great faith in being able to tell my future, and I'm telling you, if you mess with us again, I will burn your church to the ground. And
Okay.
yeah, mm, it was so great. Okay, the last and very well, not last, but the current uh book 8, Hallmarked Man, a very divisive book among fans. I liked it, you liked
Yeah.
it, some fans really didn't like it. Uh, but probably my favorite part in the book is about this question, and it is the Christmas party at Lucy's.
Yeah. Oh
And
yes.
yeah, at at the Christmas party at Lucy's, uh, what is the name of the woman who stalks Strike like a basking shark, as it's said in the book?
So it's the second time we've seen her.
Hmm.
She was she was at the Silkworm Strike Christmas dinner when Strike turned up with Nina Lascelles. And Strike couldn't remember her name either.
So you're
I'm inhabiting Strike. No, no, I haven't got it. I haven't got it. I haven't even got a first letter to start with.
well, first letter is M.
Yeah, that's what. No, I'm just thinking Madeline, which was the name I couldn't think of. No, I'm going to have to admit defeat.
It's Marguerite.
Marguerite.
Yeah.
Ah,
Who who who's like, yes, when Strike is just trying to get out of there and he's saying, do not effing say you like porn.
oh, I know, I know, I know.
And she
Just,
like creeps up
just
behind him and said, it's okay. Women can like porn too. Like,
I
oh,
know. I
Marguerite.
mean, what can you say? It's research for a case, really?
I mean, yeah, that is there's nothing you can say. You just gotta run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best Christmas present that Strike has bought Robin, bar none, is a bracelet with 7 charms on it.
Ooh.
Can you name 4 of the 7 charms?
Oh, oh, this is a great question. Now there's a Land Rover.
There is.
Land Rover. There's there's the Houses of Parliament or
Yes.
like
Because everyone likes to be reminded of something illegal you've done in the national legislative building of the country you live in.
I would. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I like broke into the White House, I'd want to be reminded of it. Let me see. It's all stuff to remind them of their cases. So, hmm. Yeah, the Land Rover, the Houses of Parliament. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Was there a was there a moon charm? Or I think
No.
that was in the silver shop.
No, yes. So there was something on there from the silver shop.
But it's not. Yeah, it's hmm. Yeah, I think I'm drawing a blank on 5 out of the 7 because like the it was only the Land Rover and the Houses of Parliament that like stuck in my head. But like if they're connecting to other cases, I'm thinking of like a little silver severed leg from from
That would have been funny, but I'm sure he couldn't find one of those.
yeah. Yeah.
So there was something on there to remind her of her father's profession.
There was a sheep.
There's a silver sheep.
A sheep. No.
There's something on there to remind her of her star sign.
What is her? Um. Oh, I forget her. I
So
forget.
it's a really good star sign for somebody who's a seeker after justice.
Hmm. Um. Who's the what's the star sign with holding the scales?
That's it. Silver scales for Aries.
Oh, okay. Scales. Hmm.
Of course, there's her name. So there's a little silver robin.
Robin.
There's the coat of arms for Skegness.
Oh.
And in the silver shop, there's an orb that when you open it, opens into an articulated cross.
Hmm. It's weird. I didn't get like the obvious ones like Robin or like yeah. I got Houses of Parliament. It just like what stuck in my head. Speaking of Christmas,
Oh dear.
we
Early morning for you.
yeah, it's kind of early here, but definitely worth it to finish this
Yeah.
this quiz with you. So we took a short coffee break of a couple weeks, and now we're back to uh we just finished um the last of the Strike novels, right?
That's right. Yes, we've
Yeah.
done Hallmark Man, haven't we?
So
Yeah.
I thought, well, I would love to end on Christmas Pig. Uh
Okay.
so let's do the Ickabog and Casual Vacancy, and then we can
Okay.
hit the I have I have I have one quiz from each of those, and then I have a few from Christmas Pig because
Okay.
it's an
It's
entire
quite festive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't really find I had to find festive adjacent things
Right.
in the casual vacancy because it's not a very
Okay.
happy it's not really a happy Christmas kind
It
of.
isn't. No.
Yeah.
I think I found a Christmas question though from
You did?
Casual
Oh,
Vacancy. I did.
I found one that reminded me of A Christmas Carol because
Okay.
so my question from the casual vacancy is,
Yeah.
um, what alias do multiple people use on the council website to spread secrets?
So the carol that you're thinking of is Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol,
Yeah.
which means we're looking for a ghost and not of Christmas past or Christmas present or Christmas future. This is the ghost of Barry Fairbrother, the
Ding
only
ding ding.
really the only really uncomplicated good guy in the book, and he lasts five
Half a
pages.
page?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this book doesn't. Yeah, I feel like J.K. Rowling came up with the character and then was like, yeah, he's gonna last. Not even the first, not even the prologue. He's well, I
No.
think technically he lasts the prologue because that's his entire
Yes.
life in what, three? Does he die in three
Yes.
pages? Is it?
Not very many pages at all.
No,
No.
no. But it is kind of creepy how he almost literally haunts. Well, he literally
Yeah.
haunts the entire book where everyone is thinking about him, and it. I've never seen the everydayness of sudden death portrayed so well, and
Yeah.
like every single person has reacts to it in their own personality, and but it's all stuff that is very human. Like, yeah, because that poor sap who the lawyer who is
Oh, Gavin.
yeah, yeah, that poor twerp who realizes that, oh, he was my best friend and now I'm in love with his wife. And yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, of the many horrible characters in this book,
Yeah.
Gavin,
He is a special character, isn't he? Um,
yeah, that's a nice word for
yeah. So Barry Fairbrother, I get. I mean, it's not a direct parallel, but I get the feeling of It's a Wonderful Life. You get to see how Crystal survives without him. You get to see how the council acts without him. The kids, of course, take on this character of the ghost to try and influence, but it's all a consequence of his absence. And I wonder if Rowling was thinking of It's a Wonderful Life, which is a huge hit film over here, particularly at Christmas time. If she was thinking
it.
of that when she was plotting it, Okay, I have a festive question from Casual Vacancy.
Oh, great.
So, one of the popular social occasions at comprehensive schools in the UK is the Christmas disco. It's a dance at Christmas time, usually the run up to Christmas before the school breaks. Um, and there are two characters that meet up at the Christmas disco and agree to have let's call it, for the sake of our younger listeners, a date. Can you remember who those two characters are?
Hmm. I th okay. Is it Fats and Crystal?
It is, yeah.
Great.
So that hookup where uh, Fats gets teased by the other guys, and he has that horrible comeback as for why he's approaching Crystal. That all occurred at the Christmas disco, and that's the only mention of Christmas in the book.
Man, yeah. Well done for finding Christmas in the casual vacancy. Wow. Yeah. And I'm honestly shocked that I got that right because I was kind of thinking, yeah, Nick's gonna get me with the casual vacancy because how many times have you read it?
So, oh no, I can work this out because I actually read it before I started my reading list, but shortly after that, I did Harry Potter, and I keep track on my reading list of how many times I read a book. So it'll be one more than Harry Potter. So I have read it now 8 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never read it completely. I've only listened to it completely. And I told you the first time I tried reading it, I think I was 12
Yeah.
and
Oh no, yeah, no, that's too
it was
young. Yeah.
it was not for me at all. I was like this
No.
this but you wrote Harry Potter. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is
Uh,
horrible. And
uh,
then yeah, and then I gave it like 10 years and
yeah.
came back to it. And now I can actually appreciate it. Uh
I think you appreciate it more the more of life you've seen. It's one of those books that hits very hard when you see the faults in the other characters that you've recognized in yourself, and it takes some maturity to do that. So I mean, you mentioned Gavin, that sort of cringy sort of character. I mean, it's quite common, I think, particularly in younger men, to be almost as self-serving as that in their relationships with women.
yeah.
Takes a few years and looking back on yourself to recognize it. You don't see it in the moment.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Bless
Uh,
you.
that but thank you. So now on to the Ickabog. For this one, I did have to do some research for because I remember basically nothing about the Ickabogs, so I just had to do a bit of a reread. But in the Ickabog,
Yeah.
in the land of Cornucopia, can you name one of the four towns in the south famous for pastries, cheeses, wines, and meats?
Okay. So one of them is in my question to you. So I'm not
Oh,
going to
okay.
cheat. I'm not going to cheat and use that one. Name Jeroboam, which is a big bottle of wine. Um, can I remember cheese?
Well, you got Jeroboam, so success.
Yeah. And I think the meat one was it Baron? Something to do with Baron?
Yeah, it was Baronstown.
Baronstown.
Yeah,
And Baron is a very large joint of beef.
Oh, I thought it was, yeah, I didn't the only one that I got the reference from was the Cheese Town, which is Kurdsburg.
Kurtzberg, yes, of course. There we are.
Yeah.
And okay, so I can reveal that Chouville is the pastry town, and choux is a type of very light French pastry.
Hmm.
So, speaking of Chouville, so Chouville are known for creating incredible cakes. There's Maiden's Dreams and Fairies' Cradles, but there is one type of cake which is so exquisitely, painfully delicious that they are saved for special occasions. And everybody cries for joy as you eat them.
Which one is that? Oh man, the painful. Um, hmm. I'm I have absolutely no idea, so I'm gonna make up a name and call them Heaven's Dreams because I
Oh,
can't.
so that is so close. I have to
Really?
give you at least half a point. So they're
Really?
called, and Zosima, you're obviously somebody that doesn't read books with their bellies. And I know Rowling does. So you look at the description of food in Harry Potter and Cormoran Strike, is there's barely a chapter goes by without them not eating something or describing something. And one of her great literary heroines, Nesbit, does exactly the same. They describe in great detail the food they're eating. So the that cake so exquisitely painfully delicious is Hopes of Heaven.
I got half the wow. Hopes.
At least, at
Yeah.
least, and
Yeah.
more like three quarters.
Yeah, give me like 66% of a point. Yeah. Just like, yeah. Yeah. Hopes of Heaven. Yeah, that's definitely the Rowling book that
Yeah,
I've read the least. I've read it once.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
but, but I definitely read books with my belly. So as soon as a character describes food or eats food, Cormoran Strike is terrible for my waistline. Every time he chows down on a snack, I have to go to the larder.
yeah, do you have you tried his favorite kind of whiskey, that Aaron's single malt?
I haven't. So, although I do, I'm English, so I enjoy a drink. My palate for whiskey, probably because I smoked for so many years, my palate is terrible. So I can't tell the difference between a really expensive whiskey and a really cheap one, which in a way is a good thing.
I mean,
But
that's
yeah,
great. That's ideal. Come on. Yeah. I mean, I can't either, but I think that's just because I'm an uncultured pleb who's like, oh, this is alcohol? Sure, great. Yeah. Expensive drinks are wasted on me.
yeah.
It's like it just tastes like alcohol. Like, great. Cool. But I can't. Yeah. Now on to possibly Rowling's best work. I mean, it's up there, but
It really is, and this is the one I'm sure is going to shame me because I have I've read it once and I've listened to it once, and it's on my list, it's on my to do, but there's always something
well,
else that gets in front of it.
let's get to the humiliation because you have aced this test so far, Nick. Like you've gotten every single question right.
Oh no, I recall from
Yeah.
just before our coffee break. There's several names I just could not drag up from my memory.
Oh, is there one? Yeah, what? Yeah, you aced the Harry Potter one, but you got, I think, one of the strikes. But yeah, you're still in the high um 90 percentile. So
Okay, okay.
so first question from Christmas Pig: what is the title the Christmas Pig gives to Jack to disguise him in the land of the lost?
Okay, so he's an action figure.
Mhm.
Oh, is it Pajama Boy?
It is.
It
Yeah.
is. That's right. Yes.
Can you remember the the motto he adds to it whenever whenever he says, "Oh no, he's Pajama Boy, an action figure with something."
So it would be, I guess, something like an advertising slogan, wouldn't
Mhm.
it? So Pajama Boy, what would Pajama Boy do? He walks, talks, and sleeps.
No, it's Pajama Boy with the power of sleep and dreams.
Wonderful. How
Yeah, okay,
wonderful.
great. Do you want to go back and forth or just do all three
Okay.
and
Okay. So as I know, I'm probably at a disadvantage with this pig. I've chosen some fiendishly difficult ones. So when Jack, right at the end of the book, he goes to uh, the Isle of the Beloved, he meets two characters there that he knows. One of them is DP. Who's the other one?
Cardboard Angel, isn't it?
Yes, yes, the toilet roll angel.
Toilet Roy, Toilet Roll Angel. Sorry. Uh, that, it's funny that I got that question because that was one of my questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, it was yeah, yeah, well, uh here's my second question, which has nothing to do with the toilet roll angel.
Okay.
Um, can you name all of the royal family in the City of the Mist?
Ah,
Because there are seven.
seven. Okay. And they're not physical lost things, are they? Am I right in saying
Nope.
they're emotions
Yeah, all of
or
them
yeah.
are immaterial things.
Okay. So hope, happiness, memory.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Would have been embarrassed if I'd forgotten that one.
Yeah.
Now I'm much less certain now. Ambition.
Yep.
I think I'm going to have to give up.
I mean, I think you can get more. One of them is the king.
Okay. So what would a king?
What does a king have over his people?
Power.
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 Yeah,
Power.
king
Okay.
power. King power. That's five. And let me see, the last two. Oh, yeah, the last two. Uh, one of them is kind of the lawyer judge of them, and he's actually multiple things in one. He's um, he's the principals. Yeah, they never name all the principals. They just call him principals, and he
Okay. Lost principles. Yes, of course. Okay.
and the last one is probably the probably my favorite, which is Beauty, who just can't
Okay.
is constantly looking at himself and like it's don't get angry power. It's terrible for your complexion.
Okay. Okay. Very good. That's a very good question. Okay. So my question is, and it's the setup really for the whole story. So the story takes place on Christmas Eve for a reason. It's a special night, and there's a phrase associated with it. So Christmas Eve is a night for.
Miracles and lost causes. I love.
Isn't that
Oh
beautiful?
my. Yeah, yeah, that that is one of my favorite lines in the
Yeah,
book of yeah, the night for miracles and lost causes. Um well, you took my last question, so I'm gonna have to come up with
I did.
one
Yes.
on the fly. Um okay. In um what is the name of the sheriff of Disposable, and what is he?
Okay. I don't know. Has to be my first answer, but I have an image of spectacles. Is he lost spectacles?
He is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it to you. Actually, do you remember what his
Name
name
is.
is?
No, I can't. No, I can't remember.
It's Sheriff Specs.
Sheriff Specs.
Sheriff.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Last question of the quiz, Nick. What do you got?
Okay. So, my namesake, St. Nicholas, appears in the story. And there's a reason why he's there. So he's in um, the island of the beloved. Why is he there?
Now, this is an interesting question because they don't talk about it in the book. This is a or well, oh well, actually, the answer in the book is that he's there because he says even Father Christmas needs a vacation. Um,
That's right. He says when they ask him, he says, "Well, things deserve Christmas too, you know. So I keep a holiday house here."
yeah, yeah, but I think he's lying. I think that
Santa can't
I'm sorry.
lie.
I'm sorry. I'm accusing Saint Nicholas of Myra that that he told a bit of a white lie to Jack because Jack still believes in Santa
Yes,
Claus, and I think he's there because so many children find out he's not real, and they
yes.
miss him, and they lose him, and so he's put on the island of the beloved because he's the most beloved thing that anyone loses.
I think you have to award yourself 10 points for that. Just two won't do it. That's a wonderful answer.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I'd
I
never
will.
considered that, but of course.
Yeah, I must admit I did not come up with that. That was my dad who
Oh,
had
really?
yeah, who had that idea of like that's why he's there is because
Yeah,
he's like the king of the of the beloved and the lost.
yeah. Ah, wonderful theory.
Yeah. Well, Nick, well, that's the end of the first rolling Christmas quiz. I hope we can do one next year. I've
Oh,
I've
that would be
I've, I've
wonderful.
had a blast. This has been great.
Yeah, yeah. You never know. Although I don't think anyone's expecting a Strike Ellicott book next year. I happen to know she's got more than one book in progress at the moment, so maybe we'll get another book to quiz about as well.
Hopefully, and hopefully by next Christmas I will have I will have written some of my of my Harry Potter fan fiction, which I've got to thank you for getting me back into the headspace of, and it's I'm it's going to be it's going to take place about 100 years before uh, Harry's first day at Hogwarts in I think about in like the 1890s, and
Wow.
because I wanted some of the old recognizable characters because in this Dumbledore is about 15,
Okay.
and yeah, and so yeah, I'm very excited about about wow, I can't say the word writing. I guess that was a particularly hard word for me to say, which is kind of ironic that an author can't say the word writing. But yeah, sometimes those W's or the well, it's a silent W, so I can't call it stammering on a W. It's stammering on an R. Why is there a W in writing? I
You blame Samuel Johnson.
oh man, Mr.
So Americans were very sensible with their dictionary. They changed a lot of the UK spelling, like color, to much more sensible spellings, but they kept the silent W for some reason.
Yeah, and the
And
silent
that's
K in knife and
yeah.
yeah, um yeah, I guess Americans don't like the letter U because we take it out of so many out of so many words. Like color has only two O's now, and there's no U in there anymore. It's
Yeah.
there are weird things that I think uh, Brits and Yanks do um, um, just to make fun of each other because
I think so.
there's no real reason to call them biscuits and cookies. Like like we can both use biscuits or both use cookies. It's not gonna change anything, but no,
No,
they're cookies.
no, I know.
No, they're
But we
biscuits.
don't, but you have biscuits, don't you? Which is a different thing.
Yeah, our biscuits are awful. They're when we think biscuits, we think dry pieces of cornbread that you eat at when you can't have anything else. Like biscuits are like hard tack to us. Like that's what they ate on
Okay.
ships. Cookies are the sweet things. And we yeah, and our trolleys are shopping carts, and
Yeah.
and to us, a trolley is a streetcar, is
Okay. So we would call them trams.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
I think this is um just a just a just a way to have a fun argument with if
I
you
think
uh,
so. Yeah.
whenever an American is visiting the UK uh, or an Englishman is visiting
It's of course it's two wonderful cultures separated by the same language.
I've never heard it put better before. Yeah. Well, Nick, I have to run, but thank you
Okay.
so much for coming back to complete this rolling Christmas quiz. And I believe we will ha oh, I'm gonna tot up the points, but I'm pretty sure you are the victor
So
of this first rolling Christmas quiz. Congratulations.
well, if that's true, I will look forward to coming back next year and defending my title.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do so much research and defeat you completely next year. I look forward to that day. Thank you, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, Oscar.
Have a good day.